We are 5 Live. I'm BobbyT.
And I'm Martin.
And we are going to be talking about this week's wrestling.
There's a lot of stuff going on. It's crazy.
Somehow nothing all at the same time. Smackdown! So this was a weird one, Martin.
It's a very weird week.
So, on one hand, something happened. You know what? I think the writers of Smackdown and the writers of Raw were on a teleconference, and the buildings were both hit by bolts of lightning at the same exact time.
Are you suggesting a body switch thing happened, a la Kirk Cameron and Judge Reinhold in that terrible movie? I can't remember the name.
Okay, so you're pretty far off on that one.
Yeah, probably.
You're close, but the name of the movie is Vice Versa. And you're thinking of Judge Reinhold and Fred Savage.
I don't care.
Well, don't bring up your reference. You gotta. This is 5 Live. You gotta come with it, man. Come on. You know this. You know this. You helped write the rules. So, yeah, no, there must have been a Freaky Friday switch or something.
I've read that online. Not the Freaky Friday thing. The actual there have been writers moving back and forth.
There must be. And Raw got the gold.
Yeah. I don't know. But did they? I think, if you dissect that episode, there are some very, very good parts.
Yes.
And then there are some very, very why parts.
Yeah, there's a lot of but why going on. But I think we can't get it, Raw was so bad that when you took it over, you couldn't expect everything to go right away, maybe? Maybe that's what we're dealing with.
I think people are just overreacting.
I don't know. I think this was a much better, and meanwhile, we don't even want to mention SmackDown's name. It was so bad.
As I said, it's like eating your favorite meal at your favorite restaurant and finding a Band-Aid in it.
Yeah, so actually, all right, so to clear up our analogy here, what I had said was SmackDown was broccoli casserole, and you have to eat it because your grandmother's serving it, and I was wrong. Martin, on the other hand, said that it was not. It was getting a bad meal at your favorite restaurant.
Yeah, because you love this place.
Yeah.
And yet this is terrible. Why are you being served this?
And we don't get what's going on. It's really kind of trending in an odd direction. But we'll go over some quick stuff from the week.
We'll take it
We'll talk about Raw.
Sounds good.
So one thing that was interesting was Vince McMahon did not like the pause in Seth Rollins' introduction music.
Is that why we have the Burn It Down now?
Yes, and it actually also works out that now you can kind of market that, get a shirt out of it.
Right. I like it. I gotta say, I'm not opposed to it. Good call on Vince's part.
Rumor has it, however, that there was other options. There were 5 other options presented.
Oh my god! I would have loved to have been a fly in the wall.
Well, one of them leaked, and it was going to be a female voice saying, "Oh, Kingslayer," and then.
Just think about the terrible ideas that were being thrown around that conference table.
I love the fact that
how about we have a guy who just screams Seth Rollins?
I love that I'm editing this video and we're not doing it live because I'm gonna add in the cocaine guy.
Oh yeah.
Because that's who made that decision? Cocaine guy.
I don't. How about?
So WWE also this week. This week,
by the way,
past couple days.
Real quick, if Seth Rollins was Shawn Michaels, it would be Kingslayer.
It's when I first heard it.
That's a Shawn Michaels thing.
When I first heard it.
That's the difference between Shawn Michaels and a good person. Like a good person would be like, no, that's terrible.
I'm not putting myself over like that. No, this was really bad.
And yes, I know Shawn found God, but that doesn't change what the things he did.
Oh, no.
And I acknowledge, the greatest wrestler ever doesn't change the things
it doesn't change. So, this week, WWE instituted a new rule, no beach balls.
Yes, because of the debacle after SummerSlam.
Yeah, well, and even during SummerSlam, it was...
But it led to amazing moments like Cesaro grabbing a beach ball and ripping it apart. But it also led to terrible moments like that excellent Balor Bray Wyatt match. And apparently, the crowd wasn't paying attention.
Well, yeah, and it happened to in the Aleister Black match the night before. I think it also had happened.
Yep.
So you have these amazing matches being interrupted by a dollar store beach ball.
Yeah,
this is ridiculous.
That is dumb. It's better when the crowd polices itself, but then there are some times when you have to police the crowd.
Yeah, this is that time where they kind of went a little bit too far. So, look, no beach balls. We kind of did it to ourselves, I guess.
Smuggle them in. Please don't do that.
Don't smuggle them in. It's just stupid.
Don't ever do that.
Don't mark out for this, Mark.
Yes.
So Asuka gives up the title.
Yeah.
This hurts.
Yeah, they actually it happened at the NXT tapings, but they announced it on WWE.com. She's injured. She's got to take a couple months off.
Yeah, she has a broken collarbone.
So they figured, you know what, have her give up the title, and we're just going to move her anyways.
It sucks so bad that she's
going to be moving into
the title. No, I don't like that she retained the title. I think Amber Moon was the only one. I saw NXT, Amber Moon is the only one that I would have seen truly taking the title.
Well, I don't think they were going to move her this quickly. I honestly don't.
Just kind of forced their hand a little bit.
I think this, again, and if you look at the way they're going with the women's, the women's titles right now, they're obviously not caring about people who are actually good at wrestling.
I just kind of had a little bit of a thought. All right, so originally I feel like the plan would have been to move Asuka a little bit later.
Right.
But eventually have her drop the title to someone legit, and I feel like it's Moon.
It would have been Ember Moon.
It would have been Moon. That
no
match was phenomenal.
Right, and there's no one else in that.
No one else even holds a candle to her. So now we just had the Mae Young happened, or is happening. The finales. Okay. So that's going to give us an influx of talent.
Yep.
This will give us now a chance in NXT, maybe at Survivor Series, have a women's tournament that night.
Or something along
winner gets the
do
belt.
Do it along the weeks before.
Do your preliminaries and then have the night of, do like a King of the Ring. Maybe, maybe a woman might have to fight 2 matches in a night.
Right.
But that would be something that really could happen.
Yeah. I'd be looking forward to that. I've watched 2 episodes of the Mae Young Classic so far. Both episodes that I've watched, I truly enjoyed. One of the matches was, but other than that, I've enjoyed every part of it. So.
You know what? TV tapings, they could do the setup.
Yeah.
And then at Survivor Series, just instead of taking up multiple nights, I guess it would be TakeOver, do a 4-way.
Yeah, exactly.
A 4-way for the title.
Yep.
Winner gets
your quarterfinals or your semifinals and finals are all that.
It's all one thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's a 4.
So
that would be awesome.
And then you have the iconic duo versus Ember Moon and Karai Sane.
Yep.
Because those are very obviously your 4.
Everybody would get put over.
Yep.
This would be. I think there's really something here. So it sucks that Asuka had to break her arm for it or collarbone.
No, what really sucks is that Asuka's being moved up into this abysmal.
All right. We're going to talk about that in a little bit because we as a pair are very upset with kind of the way things are going here in the women's division because it makes no sense. Speaking of women, the worst name in all of wrestling right now is Sexy Star.
Yeah. At Triple Mania this weekend, Saturday night, she was in a 4-way match with another luchadora and a Japanese star, and Rosemary, who's worked for TNA and now GFW. And they were all very good wrestlers. Sexy Star is the star. They actually removed the belt from Taya in a rather controversial fashion to give it back to her.
You were telling me about this.
Pretty
rough.
And basically, everything I've ever seen on Sexy Star is she is a politician that Hogan would be proud of.
She's to call her a politician is giving her credit. She's a carny.
Yeah. The funny thing is I never knew anything about her, and I started watching Lucha Underground, and instantly I'm like, there's just something off. I don't like this person, and they're pushing her. She's the best, and look at how brave she is. And I'm like, I don't know, there's something I never really liked about her, and then I find out all of this other stuff, and I'm like, I figured it out.
There it is.
But yeah, so in the match, things kind of got out of hand. Sexy Star and this other luchadora have a history, and they started going at it, started shooting. The referee tried to break it up and tried to make it, look like it was part of the match. And then the planned, I believe the planned ending was for Sexy Star to go over on Rosemary, with a submission, which she is like an MMA type. So she has the submission locked in. It's an armbar,
a deep armbar. That's a dangerous move.
It's a dangerous submission. And the whole thing about wrestling is you put your welfare in the other person's hand. You hope that they're not going to be a jackass with it. And Sexy Star, basically, she everyone was assuming that she's seriously injured. It doesn't look like it's as serious as originally thought.
Looks like a dislocation. Yeah. So it's just going to be bruised. She'll be out for a week.
Right. But it was still an injury that didn't need to take place because she took advantage. And you could see in the video that the ref gives her the quick count, tells her to get off, and then she locks it back.
She locks it deeper in when Rosemary's not paying attention, when she thinks it's over.
Exactly.
And it gets deeper in, and then Sexy Star starts to bounce up and down, and that's when you clearly see it pop. Like, it's graphic.
There's just no need for it.
It went from, you know what it is? It went, as I guess if she were to be brought into court, it went from an exhibition. The second she removed the hold and put it back on, it went from exhibition to first-degree assault.
Malicious intent.
You immediately went for, you assaulted this person.
Yeah.
The performance was over. And Rosemary is stuck in the middle of this now.
Right.
Because Sexy Star wanted to be number one.
Meanwhile... But again, it doesn't prove... You're already the number one person.
You're already number one.
And... Like, they gave the belt to you. I don't get it.
And, this has backfired miserably.
It really, really has. The entire wrestling community has come out on the side of Rosemary, which is understandable.
Even Cody Rhodes being kind of one of the pioneers in this, saying she'll never wrestle in my ring.
Basically, that's essentially what everyone has been saying is if whatever company they're working for, if they hire Sexy Star, they won't work for them.
Yeah.
So
no, she's not worth it. There's so much better talent.
She wasn't going anywhere past Mexico, anyways. She had her tryout for WWE. It did not go well. Apparently, without the match, she's not pretty enough to get over her flaws in the ring and character, obviously. So who knows? But I think she kind of screwed herself as far as indie.
Yeah, she's done.
And the like.
She's done. Hopefully, whoever paid her to do that is paying her for the rest of her life. Because that's some carny stuff. She didn't do that by herself. Yeah, that was a group decision.
It seems that, bunch of different stories. Everyone seems to be blaming Vampiro. He is the booker. But it seems to be actually the owners of AAA who like Sexy Star, brought her back in and forced...
While I will go along with the owners of AAA, we have spoken about Vampiro.
Oh no, Vampiro's a carny.
Vampiro, no.
He's a juggalo, which is even worse.
He is not a carny. He is a juggalo, which is the next level of carny. So, no, this is she did herself in for no reason.
Yep.
So hopefully it goes well for her from this point forward. I don't know how it will.
Obviously, best wishes to Rosemary. Hopefully, she survives.
She'll be Mexico's Moolah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what she's gonna be.
Essentially.
That's it.
Congratulations, you're a pimp.
Pretty much, yeah. All right, so now the next thing we're gonna move on to, and we don't know, is this kayfabe? Is this not kayfabe? It's just what the show is. Mm-hmm. The Elite are saying they got another cease and desist from WWE. Right. This time, saying that they can't say the two words
"suck it." And not just them. Any time it is said on their video,
to be
it's been beeped.
Right along with their first cease and desist.
Exactly.
Fuck the revival.
Exactly. I don't believe this.
Yeah.
I believe it is all just kayfabe. That hasn't been said. It is still
It's hilarious. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
And I love that show, so I'm totally fine with... even if they did get the cease and desist, it makes the show better.
It's even better. So...
just even when they just say the word "suck it," not actually doing the exclamation.
It was really funny on the on the Being Elite on their YouTube channel. It was really funny as they're in the hotel room.
Yeah.
And they're saying "suck it" and it's beeping.
Yep.
And they're like, "Where's that beep coming from?" So funny.
Marty can't get the bottom of the milkshake, so they're telling him to suck it. And
just keep beeping it. So funny. So, all right, next up is going to be something that's interesting to me, and I don't know where we're going with this. It's Bobby Roode. Mm-hmm. I think Bobby Roode is great.
He is.
Now, the issue is that he is not a face. Bobby Roode's a heel.
No, he is a natural heel.
He is a natural heel in every way, shape, and form, and the things he's currently doing are heel things. The flaunting it in your face.
Yes.
While that's like, okay, so Ty Dillinger does something similar, but the difference is he does it kind of in a different spirit.
Yes.
And that's really what changes it. Roode is still doing this as a heel, the glorious bit.
Yes. For those who don't know, they just moved Bobby Roode up to SmackDown Live the last 2 weeks. He's been doing his glorious bit, and the crowds have been cheering him, which is
so much.
Which is, again, understandable. A, he's a crowd favorite, and B, he has a presentation behind him that is very much for the casual fan. If you don't know, if you've never watched NXT, you see that, you're like, this guy is awesome. This guy is getting that push.
Yeah, you can put him anywhere on the card with that, and you think it's the main event.
Exactly.
Like, it's just that big.
And again, this leads to the talent clog. What do you do?
What do you
Bobby
do?
Roode? Although I am looking forward to AJ Styles versus Bobby Roode.
Yeah, that's going to happen
I will
eventually.
never get tired of.
No.
I've seen it before.
Yep.
I will happy to see it again.
So my issue with Roode is that he is, like we were saying, he's a natural heel. But his song is so catchy.
That he becomes a face.
Right,
like I said, it's part of that presentation.
His in-ring skill also helps.
Yes.
But they're going to need to give him a song where the song cannot be sung to.
Mm.
I mean, that's or you can't chant it, or you can't.
Right. Well,
you cannot join along with Bobby Roode. They need to take the crowd away from it.
Right. Well, that's a big part of it, but I think it also comes down to, as he gets more mic time, as he gets out there more, he can start KOing it up to
He could change glorious to notorious and actually.
But he could start. He could start KOing it up and then push heel a bit more. Especially if he starts doing it as well as KO does. But no one does it as well as KO does. Just remember that.
Are going to fire through the next two things.
Okay.
Just fast.
Okay.
Because we don't care about them for the most part, and I don't think anyone else does. Number one, Enzo to 205.
It makes me not want to watch 205.
Pretty much. All right, next. That's how much time we were giving that. The Baron Corbin burial.
It's not happening. He's not being buried.
You don't think he's being buried?
He's going into a program with AJ Styles. That is not being buried. That is being given spotlight.
He's not winning.
It doesn't matter.
And
that's spotlight.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go along with the same argument that I made last year with Roman Reigns winning the U.S. title, and I said that's a demotion for him. Mm-hmm. That's a punishment. You said getting a title is a punishment. In this case,
again, yes. That's great, except for the fact that Roman Reigns is still on my goddamn TV, so I don't care.
He's you're taking this wrong, but he's Baron Corbin is about to wrestle AJ Styles. He is nowhere near AJ Styles' level, and unlike John Cena, he's not going to meet AJ Styles at his level. Mm-hmm. We are about to see all of the holes in Baron Corbin.
No, I think AJ's that good that he won't let that happen. I honestly believe.
I hope that's the case.
I think Corbin comes out of this looking better. I really, really do. Because it's AJ goddamn Styles.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I mean, because this guy, I think there is a certain amount of burial happening here, and maybe he just kind of already paid the price with what happened in the past with Cena and the stuff that just recently went over. Maybe that was his payment, and we're back to maybe he's not getting the long treatment like Triple H did for the curtain call. Maybe it's a little shorter, but this dude paid a price for talking like he did to Meltzer, to doing the things. And it's not even that he did it to Meltzer. I think it's that he was irresponsible, and you're not supposed to do what you do. It's that you're a superstar. You're supposed to take this stuff. You're not supposed to dish it back. It's not really how this game is played.
But he's back to his old tricks on Twitter anyways. They call him Big Banter Corbin because he's always bitching and moaning to the people.
As long as we don't put a title on him, I think we're okay.
It's gonna happen.
No, it's gonna. Oh, what do you think's gonna happen first? Do you think he's going to win the world title first, or do you think he'll win the U.S. title first?
I really don't want to think about this.
All right, we'll move on to the Miz Battle Royal. So there was some fun stuff in this.
Some good stuff.
All right, so as I was telling Martin, I took notes on this as it was happening because I got about a quarter of the way through and I was like, wait, there's some really good spots here. So I went back and I took some notes, and these notes are kind of going piece by piece. So you have to remember, as I'm taking these notes, I don't know what's about to happen.
Exactly.
So my initial thought is that Elias Sampson or Jason Jordan were going to possibly win this. Maybe Finn Balor as an out.
Yeah, because
as a somewhat of a number 3
during the match. He was definitely getting that push.
He was getting a push. He did have a little bit of a spot off at one point.
With Jeff Hardy, which was cool.
Yeah, so you kind of could see like, or maybe this could happen, and it would make sense because what we had talked about in a past video, there is a talent clog on both shows.
Oh God, yes.
You have 2 champions that are just whatever, and then everybody else. So the titles now that mean something are the U.S. title and the Intercontinental Championship.
Because they're the ones that it looks like anyone could win those.
Yes. So, but I think that we're getting to a point with the anyone can win it to we need to change that now. It can't be anyone. Now this is our title. This is our working title. Because the other title's just not available.
Right.
So this is why I think you give it to AJ Styles for the U.S. Championship. But the IC title on The Miz, as much as I like The Miz, is a waste of a title right now because he's fighting people. He's up against people who are on a lower level. Jason Jordan.
Yeah.
But if we give it to Finn Balor, suddenly Finn Balor opens up a
exactly.
new whole level of guys that would never, ever even be in the ring with The Miz at this point. So even if it's Bray. Yeah. Even if, so this just kind of opens up the door a little bit more.
Oh, look at you.
And this is why I had thought it might be Finn.
Right.
How wrong we were.
Oh, God, yes.
So, spoiler warning, we're going to give you the results of this.
Yes, that's how.
Right away, something awesome, and I thought I just laughed, was the Kurt Hawkins.
Yep. Kurt gets thrown out in a rather humorous way because
and he does,
Kurt Hawkins.
Yeah, and because, he just has to be a jobber.
Yep.
He does the I'm Kurt Hawkins, and everyone picks him up and just fucking chucks him right up over the side. Totally hilarious. Okay, so we get a little bit of match. People are getting beat up left and right, whatever. Then we get Anderson and Gallows and Finn Balor together in the corner.
Working together, and then they...
and they all kind of look at each other, and you look at their hands.
You get that club tease, and...
What's even better is if you look close, I did go back and look close at this, their hands are in... they're just down.
Oh, man.
So look close, and you see they're about to put them up, and they're shaking their hands. So that's why it's just a little bit even better.
A little too sweet, Steve.
But it doesn't happen.
Nope.
We get an attack from the Hardys. So now at this point, I'm starting to see that the Hardys and Anderson and Gallows are going at it.
Yep.
Anytime anything pairs off, that's how it was pairing off. So I'm starting to look at this going, okay, so we have No Mercy coming up. That's going to be a title. That's going to be a match, maybe.
Right. That'll be the opening match, what have you.
Yeah, it might be the opening match, or like a winner of this match maybe gets to wrestle against whoever later on.
Rollins
the championship later on. So I did take a note here. Axel really liking the new look.
Yeah,
in the Miz
I gotta say, I like where they're going with this, and again, as you stated before, it gives them something to do because right now they before that they had nothing.
If you would have thrown these same guys into this Battle Royal 2 months ago, we would have went, oh, they're just filling the ring.
Exactly.
But now, fast forward to now, and you go, wait a minute, if one of these guys wins, what's that going to do?
Exactly. And then they might have to go up against The Miz and yeah, exactly.
This just got interesting, and it's on 2 guys who were jobbers.
Yep.
Just not too long ago. So I really do like the guy's look. They cleaned him up. He's got the kind of old school look to him. Something of a Dum Dum Dugan, but without the hat on, I guess. So Bo has something weird going on, and I'll combine 2 notes I have here. One is he's still wearing the singlet.
Yes.
But when the singlet...
Which is odd.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. When the singlet rides up, it leaves the middle part down.
Oh, you got a valley?
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, it's a donglet. There's like this little... It looks like...
maybe he's doing that on purpose. Maybe he's advertising. He's putting it out there.
Yeah, it's Bryan Cranston in Malcolm in the Middle wearing the tidy whities. It's like that level. But he has a logo that he's working now on the side of his singlets.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the New Japan Lion. I haven't gotten a good look at
it.
It's definitely not, but it kind of has that look to it. These are just quick observations. You should post that
online though and start saying
it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, just swirl it. Hashtag 5Alive NJPW.
Exactly.
Fraud. Okay.
NJPW, WWE working together.
All
All brought together by Bo Dallas.
By Bo Dallas's donglet. Alright, so one shining piece in this, and I'm actually kind of happy that Truth and Goldust were in this, but didn't immediately go after each other.
Yep.
That's dead.
Yes.
They've moved on. So I'm really happy with that. But Goldust was kicking ass last night.
Yeah, he looked good. I don't get it. I think Battle Royals are just his thing.
It's what he does. He's just really good at it. Obviously, they gang up on Big Show,
right.
Who shaves the beard.
It looks so weird.
Really weird. Show. Grow the beard back, man.
Yeah.
It was there something. I don't know.
Concentrate real hard and get that grown back.
Yeah, it just pops out. Or he goes for it and his old giant hair pops out. It's like the frizzy. So, I'm still writing here. Good setup for Hardys versus Anderson Gallows.
You're so dumb.
This is 60% of the way through my match notes, and I'm still going.
So dumb.
I'm like, there it is.
Yep.
That's the one.
Yep.
That's going to be a good match.
This
This actually feeds in. I'm thinking we could get Resurrection of the Club.
Yep.
And at the same time, maybe we break Matt Hardy.
Yeah.
And WWE is going for the hashtag Woken.
Now I get to play my favorite game called Not Fucking Happening.
Alright, so I love this game because I love when it goes the opposite way on Martin and it just smashes in his face. It's the best. So don't worry, I believe it is April of 2018.
Mm-hmm.
I might get a Daniel Bryan cake and smash it in your face.
It would be the best cake ever. Again,
oh my God.
I want this to happen.
Guys, please, I don't know how we vote. I don't know how we do this. At this point, it's still very young. Let's figure out how to get a big sheet cake that we're going to smash in Martin's face when Daniel Bryan comes back.
Bitch.
No, it's going to be expensive and we're just smashing it in your face. I'm not eating that thing.
Oh, don't eat floor cake, baby. Have some respect.
So, Jason Jordan does a corner spot with Ms. Siraj. Terrible botch.
Yep.
Just a -1.
Yeah.
This guy's not ready for it, man. And
yeah,
going back to his NXT days, look, the dude's a tag team guy. You get his ass back over to SmackDown and get him into World's Greatest Tag Team.
Obviously, they should have abandoned this angle already because it's no good. It's no
who cares? No, yeah, who cares is what it is. So Finn and Jeff have their spot off.
Yes, which is great.
And
and knowing the mark that Finn Balor is, you knew he was freaking out the entire time.
Oh, in his head, yeah. It's just like when Becky or when Bayley gets to do stuff.
Exactly.
And in her head she's like, I'm running out with the Hardys.
Exactly.
And in her head she's shitting her pants.
Oh, of course.
So, this next spot I really liked. It was one of the best kayfabe spots they've done recently outside of the Fashion Police. And that's the Bray buy-in.
Yes.
That the lights go down and
Bray shows up.
Pearl Harbors him.
Yep.
Tosses him out because this is the rules of a battle royal.
Exactly.
You can do this. He tosses him and disappears again.
Yeah.
And you go, oh no! So now Bray versus
Balor still on, which is great. I have no problem with that. I loved their match at SummerSlam, and I'm ready for more.
This is a time where I wish they were in SmackDown because SmackDown's next pay-per-view is Hell in a Cell.
Mm-hmm.
This is the match they should be in. And it's going to get wasted on who even knows what the hell's going on over on Raw.
Yeah.
We have a theory for what we'd like to see.
It's not happening.
It may not happen, but they kind of... anyway. So, all right. Now, in the ring, we have Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
We have Jason Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Elias Sampson.
Yeah.
And before this... Finn Balor's there.
Yeah.
So 3 of my 3 were in the ring, and I'm going, okay, this is going to be...
Finn gets tossed out.
Finn gets tossed, you go, okay, this is looking good.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, all right, we're going to see a Jeff Hardy jumps over the top, like he goes to do something, gets knocked off the ropes. No, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So the other 2 get tossed, and Jeff Hardy wins a Battle Royal for the Intercontinental Championship
So Jeff starts his single career. Why?
But why?
You have a talent clog. You have an admitted. Well, they've never admitted. They'll never admit it.
No,
but
we've admitted it for them at this point.
You have a talent clog. The last thing you want to do with a talent clog is send more turds towards it. Which is, look, I love the Hardy Boys, and I love Jeff Hardy, and I love Matt Hardy.
This isn't it.
But
no.
Why a singles push for him? Like, unless
this just
the
reminded.
only thing that I can think of is Jeff gets his singles push.
Mm-hmm.
Matt feels left behind. It pushes Matt more towards Broken. That's great.
All right, if we're building towards Broken, I'm happy, but I don't think that's
what's happening.
Although, again, going back to hashtag Woken and Tio Nero instead of Brother Nero, so they're doing the little changes. WWE, I feel like in the world of the law and in the real world here, I think WWE gave GFW all the time in the world to be to do this amicably, that we all get something. GFW has thought they had more. They're playing with a smaller hand than they believe. And now WWE is going to go, okay, we gave you a chance. Now we're just going to change it, and we're still going to take it. So I think that's really what we're kind of going into. So moving on, we had an awesome promo off between Cena and Roman Reigns.
We did do a video on that, so definitely check out that video. Where we went more in depth about the promo was great, but it's not as great as people are making it out to be. Although I do love the internet reaction to it, which is that basically Cena murdered Roman, and there's been multiple memes about it, including your information on the jobber that Cena murdered, and it's just Roman Reigns' career rundown.
You know, the one thing I did like of that whole thing, and we actually didn't mention this in the other video, my favorite part, I think, was that, this is all kayfabe, being presented as a shoot pipe bomb, but it's not. When Reigns says that I'm the one person you can't bury, I'm the one person you can't see, and it really spoke to, like, holy shit, he's right. There's nothing you can do. Roman Reigns has proved, WWE has proved repeatedly that you're not going to unseat Roman Reigns. We're going to make it look like a heel turn, not a heel turn.
But
we're going to do this to him, not that.
This is the problem. It's heel, it's face.
Yes, this is our next argument, is that face. Another thing we didn't go into in the video. This is a face issue. Right now, John Cena has absolutely nothing to lose, and Roman Reigns has nothing really to gain. But the issue is that because John Cena is face, and you're not going to turn John Cena, then what do you do with Roman Reigns? Roman Reigns is doing heel things. He wears a chest protector like a heel. He talks like a heel. He comes out to a heel song.
Except for the fact that they'll never do it, because they already had
no, they won't.
chance to do it. And if they do it, they make the kids and the women cry. So they're never going to do it. It's the same reason that they never turned Cena.
What's worse is they did turn him, and then they flipped it around the next night.
The issue becomes this. This isn't Ricochet Ospreay. This isn't the Indies. Mm-hmm. This isn't talent versus talent, where you don't need face versus heel. You need face versus heel for two reasons. One, the audience tends to be pretty damn stupid.
Yeah.
And two, it makes for better storytelling.
Absolutely. Well, it's what wrestling is based off of.
Exactly.
It's what this struggle is based off of. It's wrestling. It's comic books. It's life.
And you can't.
Yeah, they're right here. It's the talent divide, and I think that's what the issue is. And WWE has somehow mixed up along the line somewhere. I think they've mixed up someone being over versus talent.
Well,
and they're not the same thing. It's all heat. This is what you were talking about.
It's the heat thing. They keep going for what can we do to get heat? What can we do to get heat? So you have that amazing promo off where it's where it's Cena versus Reigns, and they're trying to slowly turn Reigns, but then you have the club come out, and
that's it.
And then that's it. Now they're buddies again. Now they're doing synchronized moves, and
they had a synchronized finish. They high-fived. No, I'm sorry, they didn't high-five, but Cena gives him a clap.
Yeah.
Cena shouldn't give Reigns a clap until the Raw after the event that they have their match. Win or lose, Cena gives him the good job, kid.
Yeah, now you're the big dog now.
But instead, total. Yeah. So now this actually has this Cena Reigns thing does the long-reaching effects, and really what this has done to the card, mixed with some injuries, is kind of shifting us into a weird position. Originally, this was looking like, and every dirt sheet and everybody was reporting Roman Reigns versus Miz to take the Intercontinental Championship.
Which I don't want.
But this speaks back to what I had said with the Finn situation, it introduces a different echelon of... Well, but this is where we see someone like a Braun Strowman now contending for an IC, where right now Braun Strowman is wrestling for nothing.
Well, he's wrestling Brock at No Mercy. You know what? Brock is a part-timer, and it does make it very annoying as far as the championship is concerned, but you have to give it to Brock. He's selling like a mofo.
Oh, dude.
And
SummerSlam was brutal.
And he's Raw last night was brutal, or not? The
Raw after.
Yeah, Raw after was brutal. He's been selling, and he's going to be at No Mercy. Obviously, at that point, he's probably off till Survivor Series, but still, I got it. I'll give it to Brock. I never thought I'd see this much selling from him.
No, I'm not a Brock Lesnar fan even a little bit. If you've seen any of our past videos, which go back and look, I destroy Brock Lesnar on a daily basis. But yeah, he has been doing good work lately. But again, issue being, okay, so Braun Strowman is currently wrestling.
No Mercy, what do you do with Braun Strowman? What do you do with Roman Reigns? Because again, you only have the one title.
Well, luckily for Raw, they have 2 pay-per-views in between SummerSlam and Survivor Series, unlike SmackDown, who has 6 weeks between SummerSlam and Hell in a Cell, and then 5 weeks between Hell in a Cell and Survivor Series. Yeah. So we're about to see some long programs play themselves out. Which
makes tonight's SmackDown just that much more disturbing.
It's just infuriating. I don't know where any of it's going. So, all right, so that was originally supposed to happen.
Yeah.
On the other hand, we were supposed to get Joe and Cena,
which would have been awesome.
Which would have been great.
Yeah, I'm ashamed. It sucks that we're missing it. Joe is injured, but you know what? Take your time, Joe.
Yes.
Come back when you're healthy, because we love you.
Yeah, I'd rather have a healthy Joe than Joe quick.
Exactly.
You know, and that's where we're good. So. Now, what the problem is that by removing Joe from the equation, you leave John Cena floating out in the middle of nothing, and he just left SmackDown, where he could have had something still going on with Corbin. Or anybody, really. He could have moved on to anything, but he's here, and now he has nobody. So you kind of give, and he mentions this, at No Mercy, we're going to see Roman Reigns versus John Cena, and it feels like this thing kind of popped up out of nowhere.
Right.
And it is because it did pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah, it seems that way.
And so now The Miz is going to keep his title, and they're going to do something else with that, and we're going to force Cena versus Roman. The other issue we have here is that the new Transformers movie is going to star John Cena, and the producer of it the CEO of Universal, whatever company, Universal, it does not want John Cena breaking his neck in the ring by taking an exploder the wrong way.
Well, again, John's fault.
That's a whole other thing for a whole other time. But so I think what we saw there is that they're saying not going to happen.
Right.
So WWE's they're saying if John Cena is filming the film, he cannot wrestle. So what do? You go for your most effective main event.
You get the WrestleMania quality main event at No Mercy, which is a B-level show, but it is in LA, so
it's going to be a much bigger event now because of this thing. Put a title on either of these guys, and it's the world.
Not looking forward.
It's the main event.
Built at No Mercy, built right now. I have nothing.
Yeah, it's There's weird build, which brings us to. All right, are you ready, guys? I am gonna put up a warning. We may get a screaming Martin. I pray that he doesn't start screaming because my baby's trying to sleep. We are going to talk women's champion Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss. Why?
So it was an excellent match.
Absolutely an excellent match.
They pull out a whole lot of moves that either you've not seen before or just very rarely.
Superplex off the top rope.
You get Canadian Destroyer or some semblance
whatever
it is. Was very cool. And you get that sick DDT taken by Banks.
Full plant.
Exactly.
I mean, that was beautiful.
but then you give the belt back to Alexa Bliss.
And you do it clean.
You do it clean, and you make her truthful, which is the biggest problem. Because every time she has said something, it has become true.
Yep.
So at what point does she just become a face? Because
that's face behavior.
Heels don't tell you the truth.
No.
They lie.
Yeah.
They
You were about to say lie, cheat, and steal, which is kind of funny because that's what Eddie was, but Eddie was a face.
Eddie was a face.
And then also Sasha worships Eddie, so it's kind of just a funny go-around.
Eddie was a face because Eddie was just that damn good.
Well,
Alexa Bliss is not that damn good.
No, that's what we spoke to earlier, is that Eddie, he transcended heel face.
This is the AJ
It didn't
Styles
matter.
things.
Yep, didn't matter.
What it comes down to is this. And I read this today, and it makes perfect sense, and it depresses me horrendously. The 4 women involved in the 2 women's championship title picture right now, Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss on the Raw side, which, I mean, it's nice that you got Nia Jax as a heel turn, except, again, you have heel versus heel. You're not turning Alexa Bliss. That's not happening.
No.
And... Natalya and Naomi on the Smackdown side, which again I have no problem with either.
Well, that's heel face at least.
Yeah, that's heel face. I have no problem with any of these 4 women as performers.
But it's the reasons.
But they're again never confirmed, but almost certainly the point is all 4 women are on Total Divas, which is coming back soon.
Yeah, so
that's why they're in the title picture.
We are watching a commercial for Total Divas while 4 of the best female wrestlers in the world are sitting on the sidelines. Now, I'm hoping, and I'll use the Breezango Fashion Police method of things, and it seems like this is happening. It sucks what happened to Ric Flair happened when it did, because I do think it has affected Charlotte to a certain extent with not being on TV the last week or two. But Charlotte and Becky are starting to use WWE.com. Mm-hmm. And they're using them more than a lot of other people are doing. And I recently watched a thing with Breezango, and they talk about that, saying that .com will do anything you want to do anytime.
Right, they're starting to use the social media, Snapchat, Instagram.
So I'm hoping that what's going to come from this is going to be that Charlotte and Becky are going to take that .com route, and we might not see them for a month, but when they come back, they're going to come back with something hot, something already tested, and they're going to roll back in. So I hope. Just
a quick question. When was the last time Vince enjoyed someone getting themselves over?
I don't know. I just watched the Fashion Files segment. I can't tell you. You know, I gotta hope.
And again, I love the Fashion Files. I want them on my TV every damn week. What is this translated to them?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think we're in a weird spot where we have to kind of accept what they're giving us.
My biggest problem is with what I'm watching right now is this. On the men's side, you have a talent clog. Mm-hmm. And they're not doing anything to bust up the talent clog. Mm-hmm. They're just sending more turds towards it, which is not good.
I just thought of it's like the episode of Sunny in Philadelphia where they get caught in the tube.
Sending more kids.
Keep pushing the kids in.
So that's a problem. And then on the women's side, you have 4 women who are your best 4 performers in the ring. Granted, one of them is injured, but you then have 3 of your best performers, and they're not involved in anything.
Nothing at all.
So that
except for losing the title.
And then your 4 performers are a giant who is green, a person who is getting inexplicably pushed, someone who rightly deserves it in Naomi, and someone who's been around long enough and deserves it in Natalya. The Naomi and Natalya thing doesn't really bother me. It's the Nia Jax and the Alexa Bliss thing.
Yeah, that's a really weird... Yeah, so we don't really know what's going on there. I mean, and it's sad that we have turned the women's...
I just had an awful
thing. The Raw women's titles become a verb.
Oh, it just gave me an ice cream headache.
What happened?
What if they're going to try and turn Nia?
Face?
Yeah.
Why? How?
Well, you gotta turn someone, and you ain't turning Alexa.
Yeah, turning Alexa, son of a bitch. I think you may have just hit that on the head.
Oh.
All right, let's move past that onto something that we actually like, and that is probably the only high spot. The only high spot in all of SmackDown for us every week is Fashion Police.
It's just so good.
This week was really, really good. We got the montage of all the past stuff. I thought that was really, really great. I just like that we're going to get more of it.
Yeah.
They're really pushing it forward. So, and going back to, they started all this stuff on .com, and then it just kind of was like, wait, guys, that's kind of funny. Let's move with that. Yeah. So I'm hoping we see other people use that route.
What is it? Real quick, like I said, I watched the first 2 episodes of the Mae Young Classic. One thing that they're never going to acknowledge it, and it really, really bothers me. And they're going to push their narrative because that's what WWE does. But they're pushing the narrative more and more that the Bellas started the women's revolution.
Really?
Total Divas started the women's revolution.
Well, yeah, because I mean they have Emma screaming that she did it,
and she did. So quick, you never watched. You didn't watch NXT, so you don't know. The first NXT takeover is Paige versus Emma for the NXT Women's Division Championship, and it's an amazing match. Emma's a good wrestler that doesn't get the due.
Gotcha.
I think everyone here is aware of my feelings towards the Bellas. The fact that they're going to push that narrative makes me want to hurt someone.
So
it really does.
The only we'll just briefly go through SmackDown, fire through it because it was so bad, and it's you know what was bad about it is that it brought us most of the matches brought us to a but why ending. But why are you doing these things? Yeah. So they do have this big gap between events. They're working. I think it's going to be 7 SmackDowns between between events.
Yep.
That is a program in 3/4.
Exactly. And you're not going to... WWE doesn't do long programs.
No. So right now, we're seeing nonsense. I think they're throwing stuff at the wall to see what's going to stick, and none of this means anything right now.
The only thing that works is Usos New Day, because it's the Usos New Day.
Yeah, and and this is going back to the talent and the content of the ring is overcoming everything.
And again...
You do have heel face.
Yeah, and it works.
It works. So, we'll go to that match. Usos win.
Yep. So they choose a stipulation.
The winner gets to choose a stipulation for the title match.
The title match, the rematch.
So our next pay-per-view is Hell in a Cell.
So you get So I put forward the theory that maybe they go for Hell in a Cell and they put off that match. Which what do you do to fill 7 weeks?
My thought is taking the Cesaro Sheamus route and doing a best of 7 and making the 7th match be at Survivor or at Hell in a Cell, and then you have the Usos then say, all right, we're going to cash in our we're going to do that now. Our stipulation is Hell in a Cell, the Usos Penitentiary.
Exactly.
And then they throw up maybe some weapons on the wall.
Like
they maybe go
did for
hardcore.
Ambrose and Silence.
Yeah.
Yep. No, so I could see that.
That would be a good play.
100% fine with it. Honestly, it could be them farting on snare drums, and I'm gonna watch it because
farting on no snare drums
because I love those 2 teams as much as my issues with the Usos being what they are. I do love those 2 teams. They work so well together, and they put together. They always put together an amazing match, even when Big E's trying to kill himself.
So, all right. So other spots here. AJ,
stop doing suicide dives. Just stop.
We have the Shane, AJ, KO, and Baron Corbin thing going on right now.
Ty Dillinger got thrown into the mix.
Ty Dillinger got thrown to the wolves.
I was happy he's on my TV at this point.
Yeah, exactly. I was just happy to see him. I don't really have much faith in this. It's AJ, and it's going to be good matches.
Yeah.
And it's Sammy's going to get thrown into this.
Oh, of course he will.
Because he has to be.
But like I said, AJ, it's AJ, so he'll bring Corbin up because he can. AJ got good matches. Think of the people AJ has gotten good matches out of. AJ got a good match out of Ellsworth.
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
Exactly. So,
so it's AJ Corbin, but do you do that for 7 weeks?
No, God.
What do you do?
Maybe, I mean,
he seems to have this open challenge thing going on. So maybe Corbin just keeps like every other one. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe Corbin just beats up on everyone who tries to come down until it's someone like a KO or someone like a Sammy.
Right.
And then you turn it into a 3-way at Hell in a Cell, maybe?
Maybe.
With Hell in a Cell being so far off, it's hard
It's all guesswork.
To get any vision right now because all of their actions don't make very much sense.
Exactly.
So
maybe that's the reason this episode was so meh.
We got, let's see, one thing I hate is the tag teaming of everyone, just combining gimmicks or combining storylines.
Well, they did the same thing on Raw the night before. Like that's
I hate it. That's why I always dumb. I despise the Raw or SmackDown before a pay-per-view because I can guarantee that the main event is going to be a tag team of the heel face main event of whatever the next thing, and it's going to be a terrible match, and all they're going to do is end up staring at each other.
Yeah. So it's so this one is Orton and Shinsuke versus Jinder and Rusev, because Orton and Rusev are in a program, and Shinsuke and Jinder are in a program. Except for next week they have the match Orton versus Shinsuke for #1 contender. But the writing's on the wall because Orton's in a program with Rusev.
Yeah.
So you're not going to let him in the match.
Yeah. No,
unless you do.
This is all nonsense. So they win the match, and Orton. I'm just wiping my eyes right now because I'm like, oh god. Yeah. So then Orton just RKO's Shinsuke, which you expect.
Yeah, Shinsuke takes makes
beautiful,
it. Yep.
Like fully face to the ground. Needless to say, just who cares?
My problem with Randy Orton is my problem with Big Show, and my problem with all these guys who just hang around and
they're hanging around
and hang around. I just move on. I'm done with you. I have Kevin Owens. I have AJ Styles. I have Sami Zayn. I have Ty Dillinger, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, take Ty Dillinger.
I have people who I want to see on my television screen. I don't want to see you anymore. And this is and I was thinking about this to justify my point. The biggest issue with Randy Orton is he's not John Cena, in that when Cena started getting stale, he went away and he came back with new moves.
With something new.
Something new.
He watched some NJPW.
Yeah, something different. Put some more different stuff in his repertoire. Did it always work? No. That Springboard Stunner was terrible. But it was something new. It made things fresh. Randy's never done that.
So I believe what you're trying to tell me right here, that not only is Randy Orton the Jannetty in the Cena Orton lifelong battle.
Yeah, I could have told you.
But you're also telling me that Randy Orton is Bret the Hitman Hart?
Yeah, I guess.
Wins the title, same match.
It's just
every time.
I'm just so done with Randy. And again,
does he get weird white stuff in the corners of his mouth like Hitman does too?
Yeah, no one does that.
It's so weird.
It's just the same thing. And again, the whole RKO out of nowhere, and that's super great. And
as it's happening, we're watching it here, and I go,
but you call it.
I said it right away. I'm like, he's gonna RKO him in a second. Like, you just know what's coming. So. Not very happy with SmackDown, but it is very early. They could fix it. They are still the superior show for us.
Yeah, there's good stuff. There's stuff I like. Fashion Police.
They're just New Day. Hitting it right now.
I like Naomi, Natalya, and the Carmella thing. I like that mix up.
This is what SmackDown's doing to me. Oh my god.
All in all, though,
I think it
was a super weird week. It was very, very odd.
It was a very weird week, and with that, we have been 5 alive.
We have been 5 alive.
I can't talk about wrestling anymore. Not when SmackDown gets involved. When did we start saying this?
Yeah.
Oh, SmackDown.
Yeah.
I'm Bobby T.
And I'm Martin. Make sure you click like, share, subscribe. Follow us at 5 Alive VP on Twitter, Instagram, and the Foch book. And that's it.
Yeah, I don't even have anything clever to say. SmackDown sucked it right out of me, so I think we'll just hit the